Hi, guys. Welcome back. Listen carefully.
I opened the door gently and walked inside. Dr. Wilson's office always had a calming vibe with its soft colors and warm lights streaming in through the tall windows. But today, that feeling of peace seemed lost in the heaviness weighing on my heart. With a welcoming smile, she gestured to my usual chair, and I hesitated for a moment before sitting down.
How are you doing today?
I paused, struggling to find the words. I'm tired. But it's not just physical fatigue. I'm not sure what I'm tired of, but it feels like I've hit a wall. Dr. Wilson nodded, encouraging me to continue.
Is there something specific that's been on your mind lately?
I thought about the past few days and how everything felt overwhelming. It's like I can't relax. I feel like whatever I do isn't good enough or I just can't get it right.
Where do you think that feeling comes from? Has someone made you feel that way?
I took a deep breath. Honestly, it might be my mom. Since I was a kid, she always expected me to make the right choices. Whenever I succeeded, she'd just say, "That's nice, sir, of course. You did that." It was like I had to always be perfect.
I understand. Do you think this kind of expectation has made you hold yourself to impossibly high standards?
I nodded slowly, feeling a sense of clarity. Yes, sometimes I feel like I can't even be myself around her. Like, whenever I talk about my struggles in school, she just tells me you have to figure it out yourself. I've always felt like I had no room for failure.
That pressure can be really heavy. It sounds like you're carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders. How does that feel when someone you love makes you feel that way?
Looking down, I replied, "It feels isolating. No matter how well I do, I never feel truly satisfied. It's like I can't get it right in her eyes."
That voice in your head can become a powerful influence, especially when it comes from someone close. What other relationships do you think add to those feelings?
I took a moment and sighed. Well, there's Sarah, my best friend from high school. She's always been there for me, but sometimes I feel this weird rivalry between us that I can't quite understand. Like when I achieve something or do well instead of being happy for me, she often downplays it. For example, she'll say, "Oh, that wasn't a big deal."
And when you hear comments like that from her, how does it make you feel?
I thought carefully before answering. Honestly, it's frustrating. I used to think she was my biggest supporter, but lately it feels like she gets annoyed or something. There have been times when I felt down, and she's been super supportive. But when I have good news, she doesn't seem to share in my joy. It's like I have to hide my successes to avoid making her upset.
That's a classic sign of a toxic relationship. When you have someone who simultaneously supports you and makes you feel inadequate, it can be really confusing. How do you think that relationship affects you?
I paused, reflecting on her words. I feel like I can't be fully myself around her. I find myself downplaying my accomplishments or my happiness just to keep the peace. It's exhausting to feel like I'm living in a cage of expectations.
Recognizing that is the first step. Setting boundaries can help protect your mental health. You don't have to change anyone. You just need to create space for yourself.
I looked at her with curiosity. But how do I do that? I can't just change my mom, and it feels tough to confront Sarah about how I feel.
Setting boundaries doesn't mean you have to confront them harshly. It means you can control how you react to them. For instance, when your mom makes comments that undermine you, you can remind yourself that those words reflect her feelings, not yours. You have the right to protect your feelings. Remember this: every person on this planet is imperfect. We're all here to learn and grow. If someone were truly perfect, they'd be in another world, not here with us.
Thank you for being with us until the end. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel and answer the question in the comments.